All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and the man in the middle needs no introduction is Broshmo. If you have ever looked at a damn mock draft on YouTube or anything really draft related, you've seen this face. So it's always a pleasure to have Broshmo on the show. Broshmo, thanks for hopping on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate it. When Broshmo comes on, you know the NFL draft is near, so that makes it even better. I want to start with this. Drake May, popular target for the Minnesota Vikings. Is he worth, in your opinion, giving up 3 first-round picks and potentially some change to go up and get?
Man, I mean, if it's just 3 first, I say just. If it's just 3, I imagine whatever quarterback they're moving up for, it's probably going to cost them at least 11 and 23, and then I don't know, maybe next year's first, maybe the third. Some people have done the third, but I feel like if you're moving up that far, it's got to be another first. I feel like he is. If he's there, if he makes it past the Patriots, I'll be talking to Arizona, Chargers, one of those 2 teams. Because I feel like if you were going to do it for McCarthy, you're going to do it for Drake May.
Mm-hmm. Sticking with Drake May, do you feel like I've seen a lot of people say he's the victim of overanalysis this year? Like we've just maybe some draft fatigue. We've been watching him so much for so long. Do you agree with that take, or what's your thoughts on Drake May?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot. It doesn't matter like who it is. You're going to get prospect fatigue for long term. I feel like Jared Verse has gone through some of that recently. But I mean, the things that are people bringing it up, like, oh man, he's got a lot of easy misses. He makes some of the easy throws look hard. Those were things we knew coming into the year. Like, not much has changed. I thought he was a bit better at that this season. I think he's got not elite level. I would say he's got, like, if we're gonna put his arm on a scale of like 1 to 10, I'd say it's like an 8, 8.5. It's pretty darn good. I think it's well worth a top 5 pick. He's still my quarterback too. So yeah, probably just victim of the prospect fatigue. Wanted to see new names up there like JJ McCarthy.
Mm-hmm. At this point of the draft calendar, do you ever get sick of it? Are you ready to move on from these players? Are you sick of all the rumors that you start hearing that just starts coming out of nowhere and you're looking on the 2025? Or are you just still all in at this point?
Oh, I'm all in. I mean, I love the more rumors, the better. Like when I have to go, like next week, like morning of the draft, I'm going to throw out a predictive mock, and I just consume all those rumors. I feel like it's like the Super Bowl halftime show with the Weeknd, where he was just in that room of lights. That's kind of me, man. Just taking it in. I love it, man. I love it because I always feel like the predictive mock right before the draft is the most outlandish.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, you just buy too much into the buzz, into the hype.
All right, let's talk JJ McCarthy a little bit more. So let's say JJ was in with the crop of last year's quarterback with the Strouds, Richardsons, Young, Levis. Like, where would you rank him amongst those guys as far as coming out, going to the pros?
I'd probably have him ahead of Levis.
All right.
Like, I thought Levis was a first rounder. He can't remember if he snuck into my top 10. He hovered around that area. He was like 10, 11, 12. I would have probably had him around there because I feel like Levis, man, he had not an ideal last year there at Kentucky, but he was very, very much pro ready. Guy that operated Liam Cohen, who was the OC there for the Wildcats. He used to be the OC with Sean McVay. Now he's the OC over in Tampa Bay. So Levis knew how to operate an NFL offense, and same thing's going to be true with JJ McCarthy. It's just, unfortunately, we haven't really had to see him control the game, like, or have the game put on his shoulders and whatnot. But he's got the tools. He's got a great arm. It's just we haven't seen a ton of it yet, and maybe a guy that needs a little bit more time in the oven, so to speak. But that turkey is going to be ready to pop next year. So
that sounds delicious. Speaking of Levis, you mentioned the predictive mocks. I think right around the draft time, he was projected, like his odds to go number 2 overall, like shot way up. He ended up falling way to the second round. Who's going to be this year's Will Levis, the guy who sits in the green room forever waiting for his name to be called?
That's a good one. That's a good one. We could take a quick look, a quick gander at these guys. Maybe like if the injury stuff with Latu, but it sounds like he's got the green light. Maybe one of these tackles potentially, but I don't see that either. I guess maybe like a Penix, a Bo Nix, one of those guys, probably like the best guess.
So you're saying Drake May is not going to fall to 11. That's what you're saying.
I don't think he falls out of the top 10. I don't think he falls out of the top. I'll cover my butt. Top 6.
All right.
I was gonna say top 5, but
all right. Once again, Broshmo joining the show. Links will be down in the description. Also, you just had your draft guide come out, I believe. So everybody should hop over and grab that thing as well. How many players do you have on that thing?
Well, I updated throughout the year. Like you get access to it like typically right before the college football season. And I just kind of updated the whole way through. It's just a nice little Google spreadsheet. So people see me go through the full process. They'll see the minute I have like an eval done, I'll slap it on there. In terms of players, it's got to be close to 500.
Damn.
Yeah, and then those with like full evals, it's closer to the 400 number.
Nice.
Damn. All right. Link will be down in the description. Hit that up. So Lupagus asked who might fall. On the flip side of that, who do you think could go earlier than you're seeing in mock drafts, earlier than expected? Like early being like top 15.
Top 15. Man, Graham Barton's been getting a lot of love last couple of weeks. Like if he ends up being the first interior off the board, it wouldn't surprise me none. He could be in play honestly at 12 if like the Broncos are like, yeah, you know what, Jared Stidham's our guy. We need a center. I think he could probably go at that juncture.
God, I'd love it.
Nice. Offensive tackle, not a huge name for the Vikings, but one they should probably look at drafting at some point. You got someone in the mid rounds that tackle that you like that could potentially be a sleeper?
Tackle sleeper. I like Garrett Greenfield out of South Dakota State. A guy that moves well, tests well, a little raw in some aspects. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a shorter armed Braxton Jones. Could be good to go like from the get-go. Like you got Javon Foster, who might not be like the most upside guy there is, but good length, could be a solid tackle, maybe not at a high end, but like a solid like tackle 2 on your squad. So those are a couple of the guys. Yeah, because like the deeper you get, man, you're looking at some projects, some serious projects like Josiah Isarim.
Nailed it.
Is the name. Yeah, cool.
Nailed it.
Yeah, Eastern Kentucky, great tools, but just not ready to start. Had a very solid Shrine Bowl week where he just kind of displayed the tools, but in terms of just like footwork, hand usage, hand placement, stuff like that, hitting your landmarks, you could tell it's like, okay, you're a ways away. Never really faced like high end competition, so someone you could probably get in that late day 3 range.
All right, let's talk Devondre Sweat. Got into a little bit of trouble. I want to know where did you have him projected before that, and where could you see him going now?
He was top 50 prior to that, and I got to moving him down, and just like there's only so far you can move him down. Like there's no one with his size. There's just nobody. So like he's kind of like for me probably in this back end of the 3rd round area, and like it's not like a dumb kid just doing something dumb. It's like he kind of had a history. He was like known as a party animal his freshman and sophomore years. So man, just having that surface right before having that do that right before the draft is just like it's not a good look on the character, man. It's not a good look. I could see the fall being like 4th round.
108. Let's go.
Yes,
Vikings.
do it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, Sweat.
But it won't surprise me if he's still like top 75, top 100. That still won't shock me.
All right, well, Matt just mentioned 108. So the Vikings kind of weird this year. You're probably going to pick in the top 5. Then we got this long wait to 108. So what positions may present the best value at that spot? Maybe some, deep positions that could present some value.
The offensive line class is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Like especially the interior portion of the class. So if you're looking like guard, center, well, y'all guard because y'all haven't brought back Reisner yet. I think there's some value to be had there. I think the corner class at that beginning of the 4th round is really nice. There's going to be a lot of names. It's a really good looking corner class, in my opinion. So, I mean, you could have guys available there like Kalen Carson, you got Cam Hart, Kyrie Jackson. There's the Mississippi State corner. There's Elijah Jones. So it's like the corner class is going to be looking really good at the beginning of that 4th round area.
Nice. All right, Vikings, if they do end up sticking and picking at 11-23, which seems it could be a potential possibility, the names that arise are Penix and Nix with that 23rd pick. What's your thoughts? Who's your quarterback out of those two, and do you just despise one of these guys?
I don't despise one. I mean, I like both those guys. I kind of lean Nix a little bit more. I think he's just a little bit more accurate on the throw basis. But I mean, dude, the arm cannon is huge from Penix, but then also you got the injury concerns going back to Indiana. I personally would lean Nix, but I think both would be a really good fit for O'Connell's offense there. Bo Nix maybe a little bit better, won't put the ball in harm's way, won't just like Nick Mullins it and whatnot. Play within the offense.
Come on, the is still open.
Is it a reach?
Turkey is not done yet.
Are either of these guys? Would you consider it a reach at 23? That are just like, well, we effed up. We need to take a quarterback. We have to take one.
No, I don't think those guys are reaches because like Michael Penix, I might not have a 1st round grade on him, but like getting that 5th year option, I think is very valuable. And a guy that's ready to start like now could probably challenge Sam Darnold. So like they're at the back end of the 1st round, I think is okay.
Nice. All right. So, in your opinion, what's the better value? The Vikings trading up, getting that quarterback, or sticking and picking, getting like a Jared Verse and a Johnny Newton to really strengthen that defense?
I like the idea of swinging at quarterback because like McCarthy honestly would probably be the top rated quarterback going into the 2025 draft if he decided to stay. I get why he didn't. Everyone knows why he didn't. Jim Harbaugh no longer there, but I think you got to take those swings of the bat at quarterback. Just such a vital position. There's very few teams that get to the Super Bowl with just mid-level quarterback play. I mean, everyone's out there looking for their Mahomes, their Josh Allen's. Not saying like that's the caliber of guy you're getting, but I mean that's the type of ceiling you're hoping to get. Like even like you look at teams like the Lions, like Jared Goff's fine and whatnot. You've surrounded him with a lot of talent, but is he someone that could get you over the hump? Or is he really just more of like this Kirk Cousins level of quarterback that he's fine? He'll be a top 10, top 12 every year, every other year. But when it gets to the playoffs, you might be one and done. You might be divisional round at best. So, yeah, I think you take the swing at quarterback.
Shit, we got Sam Darnold, man. We are set for the next 15 years. Who's a guy that you're higher on than most people? Anybody?
I was thinking Marshawn Nealon, but looks like Dane Brugler's pretty high on him, thinking he could be a 1st rounder. Absolutely know that I'm higher on the center out of Louisville. Brian. It's Brian Hudson. Dude's a former, like, if I say former, he still is like he's just a track and field star, phenomenal at like the shot put and whatnot, moves exceptionally well. The play strength, it's there, but it's not like functional. You don't really see it on the field. There's times where he gets bodied, like against Florida State. It wasn't a pretty sight to be seen, but someone who's had a good process, went to the Hula Bowl, and honestly looked like one of the best players there. And I think he has a lot of good upside. I have him as his like mid-day 3 pick, and I don't really see him as a draftable prospect on other people's big boards. So I know for a fact that's a guy that I'm just way higher on than the general consensus.
Nice.
All right, once again, Broshmo, final. What's your plans for draft weekend? Do you go live? Do you just rip out video after video? What's your plans?
All of the above. I'll be live all 3 days, and
Nice.
I will be coming out with content constantly. I don't sleep for like those 3 days. So typically I'll have my predictive mock come out before the day one live stream. That night I'll try to get out first round grades. The following day I'll have a best available video. I'll have a day 2 mock draft because why not?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, then I'll have best available after every day, including after the draft wraps up. Who are some of the best available UDFA's? And then close it out with like final thoughts, final grades, and then
Nice.
2025 mock draft because why not?
Hell yes. Hell yeah.
Game on. Well, Broshmo, we greatly appreciate you hopping on. Like I
Absolutely.
said, check out his page, check out his channel, obviously, and then get that draft guide. Broshmo, we'll be waiting. We'll be looking to see what you grade the Vikings draft. Hopefully, it's a solid A+.
No doubt.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right. No promise.
All right, thanks again, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Take care.
Yep. See ya.